Over to you.
All right. First of all, I would like to thank you, Sanket and Kirti, both for providing me this opportunity to present here. I am Avni Chogule, working as a senior software engineer with Rishabh Software. For today's session, my topic will be Power Virtual Agents integration in Power Apps portals. As we all are Power addicts, and we just heard insights from Kirti about the Power Apps portals, I would like to take it forward. So in this session, we will first see a high level overview what are the Power Apps portals. Then after what is its life cycle, what are the core components, its key benefits, and what are the features. And we will see further what is chatbot as we know as a Power Virtual Agent and its integration with Power Portals. We will demonstrate you one demo and its usefulness and use case scenarios. So let's get started. You may aware about the portal definition and all those things, but as we know, it is a low code, no code, ready to use and highly customizable website which targets to external users. Power Apps portals are based on the top of created on the top of a Dataverse. So they have a content management system out of the box available that we can fetch the data and render our website components directly from Dataverse itself. Mainly, these Power Portals are evolved from Dynamics 365 portals. But now the difference is regarding several templates which are available still in Dynamics 365 but not evolved into portals. This is the life cycle. So whenever we create any portal, it initially starts with trial version for 30 days. Then after, it is the best way we can check out the capabilities and match our requirement, that whether we will be going forward this with this concept of portals or not. So for any organization, it is a very useful thing that Microsoft is providing a trial version. Okay, then after the end of this trial version, this portal goes into the suspended state and it is in a shutdown state. So, in meanwhile, if we do not upgrade it to the production version, uh, we may, lost our portal and it gets deleted. But after this trial, if you are an admin, so you can convert this trial version to production with proper licensing and all those things. So, this life cycle includes mainly these three phases, and you must be converting to production environment with appropriate licensing. So, I can say for a 30-day trial, we can try out our features or check out the capabilities. Then, after in suspension state, data is still there in suspension state, and then before shutting it down, it during all over the phases, uh, Microsoft provides notifications to our users that okay, if you are using this portal, this is the current state. Let's say you are in a trial or a suspended state, so it gives notification at each and every state. Now, if I talk about the core components, then it includes web pages, templates, web files, content snippets, and tables and forms. So web pages are nothing but mostly the content or the core entity for we can say any CMS we have in our practice. Okay. Then after we have page templates. So these are the layouts, or we can define the behavior how our Power Portal will look alike. For web template, I can say it it is showing how the content will be processed or how the content will be rendered. So it includes different pages, any part of a page, we can say a header or a footer. So all those stuff we define as a web templates. Now, if I talk about web files, those are used to deliver content such as document or images or anything across the portal. So these are narrated as a web files. Then after comes content snippets. So these are nothing but a useful segment in which we have our content and that is easily editable. We know about the list and forms. We have different listing available capabilities here with the different forms as well. So I will guide you through all these components while demo. Now, if I talk about different features, so that refers to like we can do a content management, we have a multilingual support, we we have access to dataverse, we can add different themes, we have global search, authentication and authorization, profile management, and we can also customize and extend the capabilities of a Power Apps portals. So, if I talk about content management, it generally includes all the components that I just explained you. So, which includes different web pages, our content snippets, and all those things which we can manage. So, I can say it is a plug and play kind of a portal where anyone can easily create their own portal, adding their own content, which is targeted for their audiences. Power Apps portal also support multiple languages. As of now, 43 different languages we can see, but it needs to be the content which we have entered for our end users, audiences, that needs to be updated according to languages in our content snippets. About a Dataverse, so we are basically creating our database into a Dataverse, or we can use the existing data as well using Power Portals. We can add or define different themes that our matches our branding or a company site. Global search is also a key feature that helps us a lot to search the content throughout the portal. For authentication and authorization, there are certain types: local authentication and external authentication. So, local authentication is generally uh, taken into picture by using username and password, and we can later on see this username and password using the contact record or the contact entity in a Dataverse. External authentications are generally the credentials and password management by the different identity providers like Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, etc. Profile management: for this, user must log into portal first and then they can define their own data or manage their own data using profile management. For customization and extensibility, I can say we have certain options available using web templates and different layouts. They are using liquid layouts. We can customize these portals as well. So now let's talk about how to integrate these portals. Power Virtual Agents or chatbots now can be easily integrated with Power Portals. So we know Chatbots are the framework which provide a human interaction. We have to build a chatbot and train it to give the desired outcome to end user. So whenever let's consider a scenario, you have created one power portal for your target audiences. Now, portal can be contain as many pages as we develop. Okay, so whenever any user needs a specific information, they would rather choose to ask to a bot instead of surfing through all the pages. So in this scenario, the integration comes into a picture. And whenever we module or we define certain definitions for our chatbot regarding to that portal, then it gives a desired output. Here we have to make a portals separately. We will see in demo. Then after we have to create the bot as well. So whenever we create a portal, we first need to create our database, which based on which the portals will be rendered. Then we have to train our bot and fit the information with those entities and topics, which will give user a proper output or the result. After the integration in Power Portals, we can edit this virtual agent layout up to some extent using web templates. So we have that option to change the header, the board height, its width, its icons, its messages, etc. Okay, so now let me guide you to demo. Oh, first of all, I will show you the portal which I created. So for a shared space or common space, I am owning certain places like location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. On n number of locations I have. Now, all of the other users or external users, I can say, they can view and register for their particular event to that location. So it is kind of a location or a space management or meeting management, you can say, that type of a use case. So here I have created a Power Portal using a Dataverse data where I have created different columns or records, and I am displaying it into my portals. I am here using a list component in which all the data and the information will be displayed. Users can register for a particular location, for a particular event or a training session, whatever they want to register for. So this is kind of a portal which displays all the information. Now, if any user comes in and they want to check, okay, for particular date, for let's say 25th of a March, right? If the location 1 is available or not, or 25th of the February, location 3 is available or not. So this is just a high level overview of the portal or the external facing website that I quickly created using portals. Here you can add your multiple features and functionalities, as many as you want. And here you can see a bot integration. This bot integration is currently providing me information about locations. So let's check that. The trigger is from user, then bot gives you the greeting which asks you to select either date or a location. So in my use case, I am considering I have defined I just want location 2. So I can go in that particular path. Or if I have fixed date, I need information on 25th of February. I just want to held my meeting or my training on this particular day only. So I can choose either path which I want. So if I go ahead with location, I just need a location information. So I will select that option. Now it will render all the locations which are available in Dataverse. Now, if this question is asking you if this information is enough or not. If not, then I can select no. It it gets asked for further rephrasing. So now if I want to choose a date and see if whether on 25th of February, which are the other available locations are there. So it gives me a proper message to enter a date for my bookings. So I am interested for 25th of the February. So we have implemented a flow over here which checks the date with the tables inside the Dataverse. This gives information for location 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means I can only choose from these locations. Location 1 is occupied for the day. So this is the integration with Power Portal. Now I will show you how to create one portal. But before that, let me show you the Spaces portal. So I am logged in into my tenant, and in Dataverse, I have created my custom registration table. This registration table comes with certain default fields or columns, and I have created other ones like what is the name of location, what is the program which is supposed to be held, what is the date for that program, who will be the host, and what is the approval status for that particular event, whether it is allowed, approved, or pending certain statuses. So through tables, you can create a new table and set up your own Dataverse, like its different views, its forms, uh, and last but not the least, different views and data. So currently, this many data are there, which is used in portals. So in portal, you might already aware all of these sections are the core components of portal. So first of all, it comes with the navigation. Whenever you create a portal, it provides you an inbuilt navigation for different pages, contact us, search options, etc. And under beneath that, you can create as many as pages you want. You can define a different section or the layout. You can include text, list, images, forms, Power BI, and chatbot. This one is a new addition. You can define your own custom themes or choose the default one as well. So these themes are readily available, or you can add your own by customizing this CSS. Then after, different templates are also available for profile or a search, access denied pages, etc. So these are the navigation pins, headers, footers. You can define your components. So I have taken over here a list component, and I have earlier created this registration details. So I have used that, and I am selecting all registrations as my view. I can configure whether I want to allow creating new records, editing, add, update, delete. Permissions for this table I can also manage from here, and certain other settings like page numbers and all that this part can be also configured. So it is like configure once and you can easily have your whole portal ready. So I have just a sample pages like about us, contact us. So all this stuff is generally common across most of these sites. So this is part of a Power Portal. Now I have created one chatbot, that is Spaces. This chatbot contains several topics which I have guided to boot. Okay, so whenever you create any chatbot, certain default topics are created like thank you, goodbye, greetings. If you want to escalate, if you want to ask for a review or the ratings, those all the topics are created by default. We can create our own custom topics and redirect our bot to execute those. So here, if I consider a greeting message, then I have customized this. So if I greet, like I can add multiple topics or keywords over here. We can consider it as a trigger faces. So I can say hi, hello, date. Those all the greetings are configured, and additionally I have added my date and location phrases. Mm, if you can see, this many trigger faces are there. So this is how I am defining my boot to work. So this is the flow for this boot particularly. So I am planning to post a message first, then ask a question. Over here, you can provide multiple options or different data types which is available into this information. So I just have provided two phrases for the day. One is for date and another one is for location. So whenever user selects any of this option, it captures my selection and go ahead according to that selection. So now I have redirected my greeting board from greeting. I have redirected my space board from greeting to date, topic, or location based on a different selection. So now if I go to date topic, this one is my custom topic. If user has entered particular date, then I need to check into my dataverse whether which locations are occupied for this and which are available. So if I add a 25th, I can see here location 1 is occupied. So right now there are only 5 and few records are there. So we can easily identify which location is available or not. But consider a scenario where there are lots of locations and registrations are already being done. So for any user, it will be difficult to search all the records and identify, okay, this location I need, but this is available or not. So for this purpose, I have trained my bot to get the date and execute a flow. So this date flow particularly grabs the date information, matches appropriate date into the dataverse, and then it gives me a desired outcome. Also, you can see we can add a certain level of CSS into this boot. The same thing can be applied for a location. If the location is having certain capabilities or the features that I want to show, if as an end user, if I query about location 4 and I want to know whether the projector is available or not, whether the uh, other furnitures or uh, other stuffs notebooks and etc. for training purpose available or not. So I can check, I can train my bot according to that and provide information through Dataverse. Now let's create a sample table. I'm keeping all the other entities as it is for now, one and creating one sample table. So once the setting is completed, it gives me all the columns which predefined or given. Now, if I want to add certain topics or the column, I can definitely add that. So I can say sample is there, but I need store information, store open. When the store is open, the days. So this one is custom column of a simple text type. I can build different relationships. I can define the keys, different business rules, views, forms, its charts, etc. But first I need to save the table. Here you can see by default card view, card form, main form and quick view forms are available to me. Now just feed some data. Okay, there might be I will try once. So these are the default form and columns. Okay, but that didn't display my newly customly added column. So for that, I need to edit the form. This one is a quick view form. It will take a while to load. I can add columns from here. So I will just add my store open and save. I will add the same column in main form as well. Let's publish this. And create a new one. As of now, for a quick portal, I have just added two records. Now, if I go to apps, I can create a new portal or add into existing one. Portal creation will take a while. So what I will do is I will just add into existing one. So this is the about us page and I just need my newly created Dataverse data here. So what I will do is I will add one list component. We can also create a new, but I will use the existing one. But for that, I need to sync configuration. It will take a while to load the data. So whenever we make any changes in a database or in a chatbot side, we need to sync the configuration so it takes the latest one. Okay, it may take a while to reflect. I will again sync. We'll take up a list control again. Okay, so maybe this newly created table is still not loaded over here. So I will just pick the old one to view the registrations. The goal over here is to integrate a chatbot. So from here, components layout, I can add chatbot, but it is already added, so it will not allow me to do so. Here in configuration pane, it will just list all the bot which are already available. So the path will be like you have to first define your database, create a
Uh,
different tables.
Avni, sorry to interrupt in between, but I guess whiteboard is that displayed over a screen share. Can you please check or share your screen again?
Sure. Just let me know if the screen is again visible.
Yes, now I'm able to see your screen. Anyone can you confirm that are you also able to see her screen? Anyone in that? Okay,
Yes.
yes, we are good to go. Sir, yeah, please continue.
Yeah. So I don't know, I missed which parts, but I will just quickly go through again. So I need to just add a chatbot component. So you can find it from here. And the process will be the whole process for integration will be like you have to first define your data, use different entities, and define into a database, database, then define your portals, your layouts, and how the data will be displayed, all those stuff. On the other hand, create a chatbot, create different triggers, different entities, and configure flow if any. So generally, it will once you define the dataverse, your data into dataverse, and start building up your board, it will the flow will have the action to connect with dataverse. So using that action or using that connector, you will be able to populate those data and give the output. So your chatbot will be standalone created. Once that is done, into this configuration panel, it will be displayed. So I have store info, sample one, and spaces one. So we have to define just a name and visibility. So generally, the practice is like some people prefer to add these boards to specific pages only, so they can define those pages. So let's say I just want it about us or anywhere from my created pages, I can select the place where I want to show the chatbot. And if now you have made any changes to a chatbot, you have added a new flow, new conditions, new triggers, and you have to incorporate those into your Power Apps portals, then you simply have to sync the configuration and refresh the website. So you will be able to see latest changes reflected over here. So I can say when we create any external facing website
Okay.
and we have,
Sorry that uh, it looks like the screen is freezed. That can you refresh
are
it?
you able to see the portal designer?
No, I'm able to see only about us page. Correct?
Yeah, about us page with chatbot open.
No, just only a box of chat. Not, okay, now I can see the loading screen. Okay, into
Okay,
about
all right.
us with data. Okay, please continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so this kind of bot integration we can do here with the help of Flow and Dataverse. Also, we have still Microsoft is putting a lot and will evolving in portals. So we have different integrations with Power BI as well. So we can add our show our analytical data forms list. So this is the overview overall. How what is the portals? What are the chatbots? How we can do the integration and provide our end users useful information, so they do not want to serve through or search through the whole data. We just have to feed or manage our board in a proper flow and direction, so it gives you the user a good user interface and output. Also you can change certain things like these headers, height, width, etc. Using web templates. Okay, that is it from my end. Let me know if you have any questions. I will
Yeah.
go to Teams and check whether if anyone has any question.
Only we have a one question earlier from Ashish.
Okay.
That it was really regarding to space allocation in the Dataverse in order to create application like portal.
Space available in Dataverse.
Much space allocated in Dataverse in order to create. So how much space that it will take when we create a portal, if I understood question correctly. Ashish, if you are available, can you please confirm? Hello, Ashish. You can unmute and that provide details onto that one.
So we have different capacities and uh, storage model. So that refers to the whether it is file or log capacity. So it really depends on the uh, portal size or the content that you put in or the files which you attach using your web templates, file templates.
Yes. Ashish, I hope fully
Yeah,
that
so
you have
is the
got. Yes, please.
yeah, my query is like where before creating portal, do we have any means where we can define the particular portal or any customized application we have to create?
Not getting. Can you please again?
Your voice is breaking.
I mean to say, just like SharePoint site, we create a SharePoint on-premise site. We allocate certain space, right? A predefined space, or we can again change it to a certain level, right? So here in Power Platform, where let's say we have to create any application and as a database, as a Dataverse or like that. So any settings where we can define those space allocation.
Ashish, I guess that you are asking to that allocate a specific part of your space to your Power Portal. Is it correct?
Right. Yes, yes.
So, as per my understanding, sorry that I'm taking it over. My understanding that into Power Portal, entire Power Portal, that individual spaces are not that allocated to any applications. They are that fetches the data, that uses space as and when that data increases or that you are putting it data. So we are not that allocating particular space for any application. However, that related to last changes, we need to go through that one. But as per earlier, it was not supported. However, in case of that if you are running out of space and that exceeding your limit, you can purchase that additional space for Dataverse, and then you can that continue with that.
Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Yeah.
Okay. One more question, Avni.
Mm-hmm.
Can we integrate chatbot created using Power Apps to other website? That's the question from Sanjay.
Uh, we have option to integrate Power Virtual Agent into Power Apps. So definitely other website we need to check the hosting options and all those things because we are
Okay.
supposed to fetch data from that website.
Okay.
So we
Uh,
uh,
Sanjay, let me that also that add one more point. If we have created that chatbot which is using that data from that within our that Office 365, we do have already connectors available through which we can use those connectors and fetch the data and do that that create a chatbot, and we can publish that chatbot. That for publishing chatbot we have that number of options, that you can publish a chatbot to portals as Avni already displayed. You can publish a chatbot to Teams. you can integrate over there. You can integrate your chatbot to Power Apps. Even that they are also providing a code directly if you want to publish it to your website as well, external website. So that is also feasible. In case if you are that connectors are not available, using your custom, you can create your custom connector to that fetch the data or do that data operation onto your particular database. Then using that one, you can that create a chatbot using that one. And then again, integration of chatbot is similar for all those that you can integrate it to any that anywhere that into your public website, into your internal site, into your Teams or anywhere.
Hello.
Yes, we have one more, that questions from Mohammad Riaz, that do we need any additional license for chatbot integration? This, if Riaz, this
No.
is only for integration, right? Not creating of chatbot.
For integration, there is no special licensing required.
Yes, but that to that create a chatbot into Power Virtual Agent, yes, they do have a separate licensing for Power Virtual Agent, which you can use you can use that purchase and you can create that number of chatbots and you can that publish it to anywhere that. But to create a chatbot, yes, you need a license. Also, that a few additional things are that come as a separate package under a
Okay.
licensing. That is for that AI or MI related thing. If you want to integrate AI or MI capabilities, they have a separate part of that one into your chatbot that you can use that purchases separately and you can use that one. You can use that create a model, train your model and use that model into your chatbot and use it. So yes, for creating chatbot, you need license. To use AIML integration, you need license separate. But once if you have license and if you have created chatbot, then you can publish it onto anywhere.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. I have one question.
Yes, Jyoti.
Go ahead.
Uh, yeah. So if we create one chatbot and if it is not able to answer, okay, like for example, we guided a flow, but it is not available in that flow, that answer, then how we can handle that scenario in Power Virtual Agent? Can you guide for that? Muni?
You mean to say that
Any?
exception handling, right? In case of
Yes.
that any
Mm,
that path you have not defined
yeah.
or that scenario you have not defined. Yes.
So
Yeah.
we have certain triggers or we can module that way to show a specific user uh, information like if it is entering a human understandable language but bot is not able to understand that or there is no specific keyword or trigger found according to that. So we have that provision to define it into a different topic or handle those such exceptions and show a specific messages to users so they will be notified to rephrase those searches.
One more option that I would like to add over here is that we do have an option of that integrating that human as well. That ultimately these are bots. So in that case, that when we are that if that some answers or both have some limitation, then it can also that transfer this chat to that backend office or users as well into chatbot. They do have also that kind of options available through which you can if that bot cannot answer just like that normal banking or any other site where when you are that going deep that they are transferring your chat to some that human agents. So it will be that similar option is available with Power Virtual Agent as well. And those are that license part and you need to purchase that to transfer that one and integrate. You just need to integrate that one. So yeah, you have that option as well. In case you are that both don't have answer, you can transfer it to human agent, actual human.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Anyone else have any query? Please either raise your hand or that unmute yourself or put your questions onto chat.
Uh, can I come in? I have one question.
Yes, yes, please, Sanjay.
Sanket or Avni, any of you guys can guide me related to this question. Like at this stage, we are using Power Apps and Power Platforms to build an application. Uh, is it possible that we can take some part of Power Apps or Power Platform and then integrate or use it in Java built application or any application built using Laravel, PHP? In combination, we can use this technology. Is it possible?
What exactly you want, that depends on, that as I've said, that in my initial introduction, Power Platform contains main four products. One is Power App, that is mainly used to create that mobile app or that public website, as that Kirti and Avni shows using Power that portals. The second application is Power Automate, that is mainly using to automate your that business process. So it Power Automate is mainly on that having using that connectors for your example approval or anything. So it's not always mandatory to use your that Microsoft. It have almost more than 325 connectors, different connectors. Those includes that Microsoft technologies as well as non-Microsoft technologies as well. So for example, that if you are adding a data into your MySQL using your Laravel or any other application, and you want to trigger something, that and for example email notification, you can do that using Power Automate. So Power Automate, you can do that. So that is that independent of that it's not independent that application which you can use. But yes, there are that again when I'm saying that they are using that connectors, and over that 325 connectors, these connectors are also segregated into two that main parts of standard connectors and premium connectors. So standard connectors are of that free available as a part of your that default licensing. In case if you want to that do that certain that want to use premium connectors, those are the paid ones, and they have that connector to connector have different that approach for that purchasing of that one. So yes, you can use Power Virtual Agent across that platforms. Then the third application is that Power BI. Again, that Power BI can be used. That can that take a data from any that database and create that dashboard and charts and all those things. So that is also independent of that platform. And the Power Virtual Agent, fourth application, that is chatbot. Yes, you can create a chatbot, as I've said, using your that connectors to fetch the data, and if it is not, you can using do it using your custom connector, and you can that post this chatbot to your that PHP site as well, because they are directly providing you that code. That if I'm not wrong, they are providing iframe or something like that one, which you just need to add into your that HTML, add into your application. So those that chatbot can be directly integrated over there as well. So out of four, that three products are that independent, which can be that use across all those platforms. And Power App can be that we can create a Power Apps as well, but that is not a particular application. You need to use Power App. But yes, into Power App as well, you can use that any of your database, let's say for MySQL from your Laravel application, and create one app, mobile app, quickly using that data as well. So in case if you have that a client who's having PHP site, and they want to create a mobile app with that certain features of their database, you can quickly create using your Power App as well. Hope I've answered your questions.
Wonderful. Almost all the queries solved just in one answer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Sanjay. Yes, please. Anyone other have any questions? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for that joining on to this. Okay. Okay. Sorry,
Thank
that.
you so much all.
Sorry, only that we got one more question. So let's answer that one before that.
Sure.
Is it possible that we can edit or do change in that Power Virtual Agent after the integrating it with Teams?
Disha,
Yes.
generally it depends how you are integrating both into Teams. We can either create a standalone app and publish it, and then we have option to integrate through App Studio in Teams. We can do that way. The second way is to integrate or the create both itself from Teams. So in case you are, if you are integrating it or the using a standalone app, if you publish it, I believe you have to add it or the take change the version and check for that. If newer version is reflected in your Teams App Studio, then you can you know implicate, you can imply those in your Teams. And if you are making a boot self itself from that Teams, you will see the direct changes.
Okay. Thank you. Everyone. Sorry, that we are running out of time because we have a next session scheduled. So that please reach out to us, that directly, or you can mail us, contact us anyway. That we'll happy to answer all your queries. And thank you, Avni. Thanks for a wonderful session and providing a deep dive into the Power Portals, Power Virtual Agents, and how to integrate both into one platform. Thank you, Avni, and thank you, everyone. Uh, uh,
Thank
now
you
we
so
are,
much.
that just